Yes, I know I'm like over a week late, but I don't care. This is my channel, this is my video. I can post whenever I want. And you guys are all probably new here, so none of you are expecting this. Hi guys, so I know it's been a while. Probably none of you know me. I'm saying this like people do know me. It's kind of crazy, I know. Yeah, last time I recorded a video on this channel was like 5 years ago, and it was a birthday haul. This time it'll be different. I'm actually coming back. Wow, how many times have I said those famous words? We can try counting, but I don't think it'll fit in my hands. On my fingers. English is not my first language. Today I'm bringing you along on my little journey that I had for my New Year's dress, which was actually the very first time I used a older vintage sewing pattern. I was very fortunate last year to have gotten a hold of a lot of vintage sewing patterns, and I am currently selling them. So if you guys would like to maybe check out my Etsy shop where I do sell my sewing patterns, the link will be in the description. So other than that, let's just get into the video. I will be showing you guys the process of me making my New Year's dress. I have had a plan for this dress, for this specific pattern, for quite some time, and I was really excited to make it. It didn't turn out exactly how I envisioned it, but that's just how it is with most projects. You start with one thing, and then one thing leads to another, and then you end with a different thing. So that's what happened to me, but I'm totally okay with it because I was really happy with the results, and I hope that you guys enjoy the process as much as I was stressed out the entire time making it. So the pattern that I will be using is the Vogue Special Design S4048, and it was printed, I believe, somewhere around the 1950s. For the base fabric, I'll be using this stretch satin. It was donated to me by my employer, who is also a evening wear designer, so I am using what she gave me as my base fabric. It looks bluer than it is in real life, but I promise you guys, it is a green, I would say like an aqua green color. I don't know what else to tell you. Trust me when I say this, it's green. If you're a sewist, you know the struggle. I was about to press record, but then I think I heard like a car skew somewhere. I don't know what that was. Anyways, this is the lining. I'm wearing it inside out because this is how it's technically gonna look like on me when I'm wearing it. Here we have the back. I didn't record the sewing part, but whatever, you have it here now. It looks a little weird because I haven't had this part ironed. I'm wearing a bra, so it's a little tighter on here than it's supposed to be, but this is basically what it's looking like. It looks a little weird when I'm wearing it, but again, I think it's because of my bra. But other than that, that's basically it from the front. Time to work on the contrast, which is right here. Okay, so I'm stupid. Clearly, somehow I didn't notice this when I was cutting the pieces, but of course the front is supposed to be on fold, and I didn't read it because on these old freaking patterns, they never wrote cut on fold, cut two pieces, whatever. You have to read everything, and I didn't read it. My mistake. I'll read everything next time. But yeah, I'm supposed to cut the front on fold. Probably that's why there was a fitting issue. Thank goodness I have a crap ton of fabric, and I will not be making that same mistake when I'm cutting the other pieces. So, typical me, I know. Anyways, I'm gonna cut the piece and I'm gonna fix it. With all the pieces sewn together, it is time for the boning, my favorite part of the entire process. I always get this right every time. Because I'm not using any caps for the boning, I have to cut the pieces in a curved manner so that I don't poke myself while I'm wearing the corset. And to make sure that everything is smooth, I have to burn the edges, which, if you guys can see, this is plastic boning. And what does plastic smell like? Absolute trash. So this Something I noticed while I was looking at how to make this dress is when I tried on the lining top, I kind of realized, like, how am I supposed to get out of this dress? Because the closure is on the side and it goes all the way up to the bust and then it just stops and there's a stitch. And because it's a gown, like, the skirt's really big, so I'm just thinking, like, okay, so how do I get out of the dress? I can't do it from the top because the bodice part won't go through my hips. I can't do it from the bottom because the skirt's too heavy. So I'm just like thinking, okay, what if I have to put my entire body through the side? Does that make sense? I feel like that makes zero sense, but it makes sense in my head. Getting in, I can get in from underneath, like, no problem, but getting out is usually where the problem lies. So when I finish this dress, I'm gonna be perplexed. We'll see how this works out, but right now I'm just kind of confused. Because it's not even a zipper I don't think it's a zipper closure. It's like some kind of a fastener. Actually, this could be a zipper. They probably just called it a fastener tape back then. Although I doubt it. I don't know. When did zippers get invented? Anyways, that's besides the point. Maybe they just called it a fastener. Actually, this could be in English. No, but then they have yardage. Never mind. I think it's an American print. Anyways, I'm getting off topic, but we'll see how this works. But for now, I'm just confused. And I hope that I don't have to undo anything after, because I'm following the instructions down to a T right now. The only thing that I'm going to be changing is going to be the layout of the skirt fabric. And that's it. Yeah. I forgot to press record. I just made a whole segment and I forgot to press record. Isn't that just typical of me? Also, my camera's shaking. I'm sorry, guys. Also, if you hear a noise upstairs, I think my mom's just exercising or something. That's the only viable answer I have for you. So right now, I have to do this again. Right now, what I'm doing is I'm pinning the spots where I'm going to be doing the boning. I really hope that sound's not picking up. I had to undo this piece because I'm stupid and I'm also lazy. I don't mark the bottoms of the things that I have to do. So yeah, we're gonna be doing that. It's very easy. Both sides go on 5/8. God, I really wish See, I'm so good at my job of being a content creator that I always forget to press record somehow. It's great. I love it. Anyways, yeah. We're gonna go with that. Okay, this is very irrelevant to this video, but I just wanted to make a statement. Spotify just sent us a pre-sale code for Magdalena Bay, which is like literally one of my favorite bands of all time. And isn't it funny? I already bought tickets 2 hours ago. Well, I mean, that's fine. The boning I cut a little too short. That's okay. This is stretchy material. How did I not calibrate that? Wow, this is 1 1/4 inches. Brilliant. I love this. Okay, but what do I care more about? Do I care more about the bottom being 5/8 or the top being 5/8? Probably the top. Why did I start from the bottom? That's so stupid. Anyways, what are we doing? It's ridiculous. It's actually insane. I really underestimated the boning. It's usually one way or the other. And with the boning attached, we have the finished top. Again, this is the lining, so obviously the seams that you're seeing are supposed to be on the outside because that's how they're going to be on my body. So when I mentioned earlier with the zipper being weird on the side, that is what I meant with the side over there. It's like, how do I get out of this? I'm so confused. But don't worry guys, I figure out a way. It's not a big deal. So now it is time to move on to the skirt pieces. I need to cut 4 in total, 2 for the front and 2 for the back. Because they are so wide, I have to open out the fabric in its entirety and then serge all the pieces individually. So these are all the skirt pieces. There's 4 of them. They're very big. Because there's gonna be a lot of gathering that I'm gonna have to go through. And because of a lot of gathering, I'm gonna also have to do a lot of hemming. Thankfully, these are not circle skirts, because if they were circle skirts, I would be crying on the floor. But it's really just attaching skirt pieces together on the sides. Although this does take up a lot of my meters of the fabric, because it's actually wider than the fold. As you can see here, there's a line, so I had to open up the bolt to get the fabric out. But these are the pieces. I'm gonna be combining them right now, and then we're gonna be gathering them, and not yet attaching because I still need to do the upper layers, but we'll just see what the skirt looks like in its form. And with all the pieces combined, it's time for my favorite part, which is gathering. Wow, it's so much fun. Can you tell I love gathering by the tone of my voice? Okay, so gathering this piece took a lot of time. It was also very tedious because the weight of the skirt sometimes kept dropping and it pissed me off. So this is basically how the skirt's gonna look like. It's just kind of roughly gathered on the mannequin. It looks a little wonky, but you know what? It doesn't matter. Also, the reason why it's kind of low is because the top has a lowered waist, so the skirt itself would actually be sitting on like the upper hip. So that's why it is not fully, you know, how traditionally a skirt is supposed to look like on a dress, because it has a lowered thing going on over here. So I'm gonna start working with the organza and we're gonna see how that turns out. So in this clip, I'm showing you guys what I did before I changed my trajectory of the skirt. Initially, I gathered these pieces separately, which was not a good idea. I should have sewed them together and kept them as one piece, and then gathered them with each other. I did this before realizing that I was going to use a different top layer fabric, so ignore that. I'm looking at the organza part right now, and I'm not really sure I like how not very gathered it is. This is like roughly 4 meters of fabric, and I do have an extra meter over there. I'm gonna add it to here, make it roughly 5. We'll see how it does, but it's not giving enough. I want more fullness, you know? I want it to be more oomph. This is a random clip that I wanted to put in. While I was working, the fabric got very staticky, and the threads just started to like float. So I pretended like I had the power of electricity and controlled these threads as though I could actually do that, but you guys know science and whatever. It was just funny. With the bodice combined to the lining, we now have most of our dress done. This is pretty much the structure of how it is going to look like. And of course, I had to give the skirt a test run, so this is me just sort of trying it on. By trying it on, I mean in quotations, trying it on, because it's not actually holding yet, but it was generally the idea of what I was going for. Very big, very floofy, and I really liked it. It looked really cool. I didn't expect this to actually be the upper layer, but honestly, looking back at it now, I should have just kind of stopped here, because adding the additional fabric over top might have just been a bit too much. I don't know. You guys tell me. Now, this has been an ongoing issue, and it's kind of a weird problem to have, but you can see the line is not lining up. Now, maybe you're wondering, well, why is that the case? Why? Did you sew it on wrong? What seems to be the problem? No, it's because the mannequin is too freaking big. And to prove it to you guys, here is my waist. It is a 25-inch waist. I know I'm not showing off here, guys, but I did lose weight over the past few years. Kind of cool, I guess. I don't know. And here's me measuring the waist of my mannequin, and it's a whole inch bigger. Like, what? Come on. I can't. I need to get a new mannequin. Looking back at some of these clips, high-key hurt my soul because the power of foresight, I did not end up using this layer whatsoever, so cutting through this fabric was kind of pointless, but I mean, listen, that's just the struggles of creating things and then changing your mind, or having to change things up as you go. But anyways, this was how I cut the other fabrics. Probably not the smartest thing, because it did end up making some unevenness to the skirt, and so that did end up having to change some things up, but you know, whatever, I learn. We live and we learn. I should have just put it up on the mannequin and cut it from there. I don't know why I put it flat on the floor. Because the way that it works is that it sometimes doesn't equally, disproportionately, the skirts do not align. So some of the layers were slightly shorter, longer than they were supposed to be. And yeah, I should have just followed my gut and put it up on the mannequin, which I eventually end up doing for the finishing touches, but that's just me being stupid. Guys, that's so typical. How many times have I said that? I think we are getting to a point where I'm just a little dumb. So I pinned the piping on the bottom. This is my very first time actually sewing piping and also making it. I mean, well, when I say making it, I mean I just took a trim and another trim and then sandwiched them together, and I hope that it doesn't turn out looking weird, but I mean it's black, so it's not really going to pick up if there's going to be anything wrong with it, but hopefully it's good. Yeah, we're just going to sew it onto the bodice, and then we're going to sew on the skirt to the bodice, which is going to be a little stressful. I do hope the skirt and the bodice line up, because I've been eyeballing most of this process, so we're gonna see if it actually aligns. I'll be okay if there's a bit of maybe an inch-ish off, because then I can try hiding it somehow. But yeah, it should be fine, I hope. And then my next concern is gonna be if the dress can stay on me without the skirt weighing the top down, because if that becomes an issue, then it's just gonna mean I'm gonna have to figure out how to redo the entire top, which I'm not ready for mentally, so fingers crossed. Doing this with one arm is not helpful. Ooh, we did it. We have a problem. It's too thick. And the machine doesn't want to take it. I tried using a walking foot, which is installed right there, because it's like a side seam here, plus there's piping in there. It just doesn't want to take it. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to sew this, which is gonna be frustrating. Let's see what I can do. I'm definitely gonna be redoing this thing. Guaranteed. And I miraculously did not have to redo the zipper. It's shocking, I know. I always have to redo my zippers, especially when they're invisible zippers. This is probably not the best way to cut fabric, but we're doing it anyways. I have to wear this tomorrow, and I don't really care anymore. I just want to finish. Being careful here. And now, after finishing the organza hem, I can finally show you guys the finished result. Kind of, well, not the mannequin showing pre-finished, but this is basically what it looked like right before I combined the two pieces together. And here is the final result. I wasn't really able to record myself wearing it in a better setting, but this is literally right after our New Year's party. I was tired, I was about to fall over the bed, but I persevered and remembered that I had to record this for you guys. So here it is. Sorry for the dirty mirror. I know my room looks a little messy. It's whatever. Focus on the dress, guys, please. Look at the piping. It looks so clean. I thought it would look really bad, but it actually looks really good. And this is the video from the party itself. Sorry it's vertical, but my mom recorded it on her phone. It's, see, the dress is greener than in my video. I don't know why my phone does that, but it's way greener, and yeah. And with that, concludes my video. I hope you guys enjoyed this process as much as it was grueling and stressful for me. I hope that you guys got something out of it. I guess. Maybe you spent like your time listening to me work, watching me work, just had the video on in the background. Totally okay with it, but I would love it and appreciate it if you guys leave a like or a comment or even subscribe, because I'm gonna be making more content like this. Hopefully, no, let's not say hopefully, I will be making more content and I will be posting more frequently than I should. If you guys want to follow me on my other socials, it'll be all linked in the description below. It is all under the same name, LittaisJuno, not LittaisJuno. People on Twitch, for some reason, mispronounce my name like that very frequently, and it gets me pissed, but it's okay. And yeah, I have more content coming along the way. If anyone is a fan of the game Infinity Nikki, keep your eyes peeled. I will have videos about that soon. It won't be gameplay. If you guys want to take a guess as to what it might be. Oh my god, I forgot to do one more thing. The shirt I'm wearing, if anyone cares to wonder to what, huh? Where is this from? Oh my gosh, your shirt looks so cool. Where can I get it? Did you make it? I did! Wow, thanks for asking. I do have my own brand, Alexander. I make my own clothes. I am a fashion designer. I actually forgot to mention that at the beginning of the video, now that I think about it. But I made this shirt. If you guys like it, you can order it also on my Etsy. It's very inexpensive for a shirt like this, so honestly, if you guys would like to support me as a independent designer who works from her parents' house at 23, you can go ahead and buy yourself a pair like this, or a pair like this. It's a crop top. This one's a crop top, this one's not. This one has long sleeves, this one does not. I'm such a good model. Brilliant, I know. But yeah, you can buy those now. They're available, limited stock of the blue one. I have more of the pink one, so if you guys like the blue, get it as soon as you can. But that'll be all for today. Thank you guys for hanging out. If you got all the way to the end, I really do appreciate it, because these kinds of videos can be a little tricky to keep people in, because they're very long and sometimes very silent. My walls are made of cardboard. I'm sorry guys, I'm gonna get a microphone eventually, trust. If the algorithm likes me enough and I get a decent amount of traction and I can start making money off of this, I will invest in a microphone. I'll get a better camera, maybe. I don't know, I'll have to figure out my setup for my live streaming, because I will be live streaming some of my content as well. Follow me on Twitch if you want to see live content happening that I will also upload to this channel. This channel. All of this. Alright guys, thank you so much for being here. Hope you have a great rest of your day, evening, night, morning, wherever, whatever time, I don't know. And I'll see you later. Bye!